Welcome to...
You're listening to the Wrestling Takeover.
What is your name?
With your host, Jordan Turner, who's always gonna keep it real.
Come on, King.
Inside and outside the ring.
Let me make myself clear.
He's got the fans behind him, King.
It's time to take over, King.
Are you ready?
He's all fired up now, King. The takeover.
Let's go.
Yo, y'all ready? Y'all heard that? That means it's go time. Let's get it going. We back. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since SummerSlam, but we have I have a great conversation for y'all. I have a great conversation for you guys to talk about. And it has to do with Roman Reigns. It has to do with Roman Reigns, his title run, his title reign. Who should he lose to? Who makes a perfect sense? Should he lose it before WrestleMania? We're going to be breaking all of that down on today's audio video. I got y'all covered on that. But before we get started, y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know the vibes. Be sure to show your boy some love on socials. I'm on Instagram at The Wrestling Takeover. Be sure to show some love over there. I am on Twitter at JT Takeover. But most importantly, TikTok is the way to go. I'm putting a lot of love and attention and care on TikTok. So if you guys have a TikTok and you want to show me some love within the wrestling community, within this wrestling space, I'm putting a lot of work on the YouTube front, trying to put out as much content as possible. But what I want to say is there's going to be some things that I don't want to talk about on the podcast that I strictly want to focus on TikTok. TikTok, I'm trying to make it pop. I'm trying to make it boom, and do something towards the end of the year, getting big numbers, getting big followers, getting big likes. So if y'all can do me a solid, man, I would really appreciate it. Bless. You feel me? I would really appreciate it. I'm on TikTok. If you guys want to go follow, TikTok.com/JT Takeover. We talk all things WWE. This is a WWE-based home podcast. We don't talk about AEW. We don't talk about TNA. We don't talk about anybody else. We are just strictly a WWE podcast universe here, man. And we talk all things WWE, the good, the bad, the indifferent. You know what I mean? We're always honest. We always bring an honest perspective, an honest mindset when we talk WWE. Yes, I talk about the bad, but I want to talk about the good as well too. And I don't want it to be strictly a negative podcast, because that's not what we're doing here. That is not what we're doing here. That's not what I want to do here. I want to educate. I want to, bring some awareness in terms of ideas, creative pitches, decision making that WWE does that, I might not be a fan of, and how I would do things differently. And, just trying to give WWE some grace, even though as a fan right now, the product is somewhat. But I will say it looks like we're getting right back into form. We're getting right back into motion with the WWE product. They're kind of seeming like they're turning a corner. You know what I mean? Kevin Owens and CM Punk and their story. The women on Monday Night Raw is killing it. The potential for that is there with Stephanie Vaquer, Becky Lynch, and so on and so forth. But today's topic of conversation has to do with Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns, we're going to get started. We're going to go right into it. Roman Reigns, I feel like, has been putting in the best effort, or one of the best efforts that he's put in many, many years. I know I did a recent video on Comrade Thompson giving his ridiculous perspective, but his opinion alone about, Roman Reigns never has any good matches. Roman Reigns is not a great pro wrestler. Roman Reigns does not know how to tell any stories. just all negative connotations regarding Roman Reigns. And to be honest, I'm going to keep it a buck. To be real, I feel like he was clickbaity. You know, he was trying to gas people up. And that's what he did. He gassed me up. He gassed you up. And it's just a crazy, you know, conversation. And I think Roman Reigns has done a great job. Roman Reigns, no doubt. If I can name one person in pro wrestling right now who is a big game player that when they're in a big match fight feel, it's aura. It's crazy. You feel me? It's Roman Reigns and it's MJF, I feel like. If I could name some other people, I would, but those two guys are the ones that really come to mind when they're in big match situations. You feel it at home. You sense it at home. You're paying attention when you're at home with those two guys being in high-profile situations. You dig? So it's always great to see Roman Reigns in a high-profile situation. He tells amazing stories. He's doing some of the best work of his entire WWE career. And I'm proud of him. I really am. He's come a long way from the big dog era to the early days of the tribal chief. You know what I mean? And it's just amazing to see Roman Reigns' progression over the past couple years. Definitely since 2020 to see where we're at now. Roman Reigns, I do feel, I don't know why I feel this way, but I just don't see Roman losing the World Heavyweight Championship before WrestleMania. I just don't see it. Now, it could happen. It definitely could happen. There are people pushing within the community. There are people pushing for LA Knight. We're going to start with LA Knight as possible names who could dethrone Roman Reigns. And I'm coming up with people that make sense. I'm not just random people here and there and, you know, fantasy booking, giving them reasons as to why that they should or shouldn't beat Roman Reigns. No, these are people that I do believe have a gripe and have a story to beat Roman Reigns and win the World Heavyweight Championship. We're going to start with LA Knight as somebody who I do feel like has a right to beat Roman Reigns. I'm going to give you guys a reason why I think he should beat him. And then I'm going to give you the real on what I really think is going to happen. I know there are people saying that, you know, because Roman Reigns said on Monday Night Raw a couple weeks ago that LA Knight needs to earn an opportunity to battle him. So people are saying, okay, LA Knight should win the men's Money in the Bank. If it's not Trick Williams, it's going to be LA Knight. If it's not LA Knight, it's going to be Braun Breaker. Those are the three men that I believe are going to win the men's Money in the Bank. Braun Breaker, LA Knight, or Trick Williams. I'm telling you, you heard it right here on the Wrestling Takeover podcast. One of those three men are winning the men's Money in the Bank. Simple. Now, they got to be in the Money in the Bank first, but I do believe if all three men are in that Money in the Bank, one of those men are winning. Obafemi doesn't need to be in the Money in the Bank. There's no reason. He's already guaranteed a championship match. So there's no reason to rush, you know, Obafemi. I'll get to him later. Spoiler alert. LA Knight, I don't think is going to be in the Money in the Bank. I believe we are going to get LA Knight and Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank. There is no other opponent for Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank, especially to the way that LA Knight immediately came out following SummerSlam and straight up said, Roman Reigns, yo, I want that world title match. I've been waiting. I've been buying my time. I want that title match. Roman looking at him like, hey, bro, you don't know. Nigga, what? You know what I mean? And Roman Reigns told LA Knight, yo, you got to earn this opportunity. And people immediately took that as, okay, he's going to enter Money in the Bank. Okay, he's going to win the Money in the Bank. I don't see WWE doing that. I don't. LA Knight is going to earn a championship match at Money in the Bank. Now, here's where WWE can do something that they want to make moments. They love making moments, making trends. They can have LA Knight defeat Roman Reigns and win the World Heavyweight Championship. And LA Knight, listen, I don't give a fuck if he has a couple weeks of a title reign. I don't care if he has a month, 2 months, 3, I think is stretching it. But I don't care how long he has the championship for. There is an avenue, there is a story that makes sense for Roman to drop the World Heavyweight Championship to LA Knight. LA Knight has been feuding with the Bloodline for years. And he's always wanted an opportunity against Roman Reigns. Case in point, he did get an opportunity against Roman Reigns when Roman was the WWE champion, and he lost. Here is another opportunity where WWE can, you know what? We're going to give LA Knight the championship. It might not be for a long time. It might be for a cup of tea. But we're going to give him the championship, and we're going to see what he does with it. You gave Jey Uso the World Heavyweight Championship. LA Knight is better than Jey Uso. Let's keep it real here. Let's keep it real. You feel me? LA Knight, I feel, should beat Roman Reigns and even get a short reign with it. It's fine. I don't care. But we're going to keep it a buck here. We keep it real on this podcast. I might say things that people don't want to hear. Y'all got to hear it because it's the truth. And it's the reality of the situation. Yeah, LA Knight can be in Money in the Bank with the woo. Okay, that's fine. Do I think he's going to do that? No. LA Knight. Now, WWE can do whatever they want. I'm just looking at from the perspective of WWE and Triple H and where they see LA Knight. I don't think Roman Reigns is as high on LA Knight as we think. I don't know if they got beef. Not my problem. I don't care. If Roman Reigns is a professional, he's going to do business. I don't see WWE booking LA Knight to pin Roman Reigns 1, 2, 3. They could do that. I just don't see it. LA Knight is an option. Option 2. Option 2. If you have to come up with somebody else other than LA Knight, it's Braun Breaker. But I'll keep it short and sweet with Braun Breaker because I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Braun Breaker has lost a lot of momentum. He's lost a lot of momentum. But WWE can build him back up and he can take the championship off of Roman Reigns. He could. He could. There's a story of the young gun, young kid trying to go for the big dog, for the king, for the throne. And in one shot, he does it. In one shot, he does it. He beats Roman. That's a match that I want to see. More than LA Knight. And Braun Breaker's an upstart prodigy in the making. You know what I mean? You know, Braun Breaker's cool, man. But he's definitely cooled off. They're going to have to rebuild him back up. He needs to get away from the Vision. He needs to pair with Paul Heyman. It needs to be built up properly, does Braun Breaker. So that's another option. The third option, is Gunther. Gunther and Roman Reigns is a match that I want to see. There's only 3 opponents left that I personally am salivating over of wanting to see them versus Roman Reigns. Braun Breaker, Gunther, and the third guy, which I will be talking about in a second, like I said earlier in the show, is Obafemi. We won't get to him. Those are the 3 guys that I want to see face Roman Reigns. And to be honest, if it wasn't Seth Rollins was not the one to beat him. Those are the 3 guys that I wouldn't be fine, that I'd be perfectly fine beating Roman for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther is a man that has really lost momentum. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the creative is doing with Gunther. I don't know if he is in hot water. I don't know what the fuck happened, but that dude's push stalled tremendously. Stalled. Gunther, he really doesn't feel the same as he was when he had the Intercontinental title. Keeping it a buck. I'm keeping it real with you guys. That's the truth. That is the truth. He has not felt the same since losing the Intercontinental title. I don't know what happened. It is what it is. But if you build up Gunther once again, and you build him up to where it's believable. Now, we know it is believable. I mean, come on. But in WWE's eyes and storyline-wise, it's believable for Gunther to beat Roman Reigns. Because right now, it's a little shaky. But Gunther is a legitimate guy who can beat Roman and become the new World Heavyweight Champion. So that's the second guy. The third guy is the one that I want to beat Roman. Everybody wants this dude to beat Roman, and that's Obafemi. WWE, y'all are pathetic, man. I love y'all, but y'all are pathetic. King of the Ring, he won King of the Ring, but you still want to pause on Roman Reigns. So you have Obafemi face Brock Lesnar. Nigga, like, come on, man. To me, it seems they're saving Obafemi and Roman Reigns for WrestleMania. Just from what I'm seeing. Unless they want to book it at Survivor Series. But I think Roman Reigns is going to have something to do with the bloodline. But then again, he could defend the championship. But at the same time, you want to have him lose it before WrestleMania. That doesn't make any sense. If we get to Survivor Series and Roman Reigns is still the world champ, at that point, I'm penciling in Roman to defend the championship against somebody at WrestleMania. And I think he's going to defend the title against one of these 4 names. I guarantee you. Unless they want him to drop the championship very soon before the end of this year, I see Roman Reigns walking into WrestleMania 43 World Heavyweight Champion. And he's either going to face Braun Breaker, Gunther, or Obafemi. The Rock is a potential 4th person. Those are the 4 people that I see challenging Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Rock is explanatory. I'm not even bringing him up as a reason for him to beat Roman Reigns. LA Knight, Braun Breaker, Gunther. Those have reasons to beat Roman. Gunther and Roman have never met. They've never crossed paths. Gunther has teased a potential matchup here and there with Roman Reigns in getting back the World Heavyweight Championship. But there's one man that I and everyone else want to be the guy to beat Roman, and that's Obafemi. WWE, you need to do something very, very special with Obafemi to keep him away from Roman Reigns. because I'm gonna keep it a buck. This is ridiculous. They're really going to keep Roman and Obafemi away from each other. Interesting. I actually would book them in a match. Roman Reigns barely, and I mean blood. That's what I'm saying, man. If I was a booker, if I was a creative, man, my matches would be laid out crazy. Poetry, emotion, but crazy. Roman Reigns bloodied up. Obafemi whooping that ass. Roman Reigns coming out on top as the winner. But he comes up with a move that is a split decision, a roll-up, or whatever. He does not pin Obafemi down to the mat, literally. He beats Obafemi via a roll-up or something. He escapes. That's the narrative. Roman Reigns escaped Obafemi. So you take that aggression from Obafemi, and Obafemi wins the Royal Rumble. There's a couple names that can win the Royal Rumble. Obafemi, I know, is going to be in that discussion. That's how I would book their first match. It could happen before the end of this year. It could happen at the Royal Rumble. Whatever. You book that match the way I laid it out. Roman Reigns bleeding. Oba whooping ass. Roman Reigns doing a roll-up pin or something of an escape to where the narrative is, oh, Roman Reigns escaped Obafemi. He beat him, but he escaped Obafemi. That's the story right there. That's the narrative. That's the blueprint. Oh, Roman Reigns got lucky. Roman Reigns escaped Obafemi. When they meet again, Obafemi is going to beat Roman Reigns. If I'm Obafemi, yo, you escaped me. You got lucky. And then you set up Obafemi winning the Royal Rumble or Obafemi winning the Elimination Chamber and then saying, you know what? Fuck all of this, man. You're not escaping me no more. I know I could beat you. I was close to beating you. You got lucky the first time. Let's go 1v1. And you do it. And that's where Obafemi wins the World Heavyweight Championship. That's where this needs to go. Unless The Rock wants to do something, or unless they want to do a Braun Breaker or Gunther, the plan for me is Obafemi and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 43. Unless they want to do it beforehand, that's the first match. They get the rematch at WrestleMania, and Obafemi wins the world title. That is my plan. Obafemi needs to be the guy to beat Roman Reigns. Obafemi needs to be the guy to beat Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns beats everybody, leaving one man still standing tall. Obafemi, that's the story. Okay, we get that match before WrestleMania, Survivor Series, or Royal Rumble, or something like that. We get that match. Roman Reigns is bloodied up. Roman Reigns is fighting for his life. Roman Reigns, doesn't want any family to get involved. But the family sort of kind of gets involved. I have the storyline right up and ready to go right now, bruh. I'm spitting facts here. So, Roman Reigns, man. Obafemi, we do it at Survivor Series. Or you do it at the Royal Rumble. One of the two. One-on-one match, man. Roman Reigns is bleeding. Roman Reigns is about to lose. He's on his last leg. The family comes out. They're desperate. They don't want their leader. They don't want their tribal chief to lose. So they come out. Even though Roman Reigns said earlier in the night, I don't want no help. I want 1v1. They help anyway. Roman is obviously not going to say no. Yeah, I mean, in the moment, he's pissed, but he wants to retain the championship. So they help him out. He wins via a roll-up, a distraction, something by the Usos, or Zilla, something like that. And we get Roman Reigns winning via a roll-up. And he escapes Obafemi. Obafemi's pissed, but he's laughing at the same time, telling him, I was close. I was close. And so we do that. As we get closer to WrestleMania, You know what I mean? Obafemi wins the Royal Rumble, wastes no time, challenges Roman. And Obafemi lets Roman Reigns know, bro, you a bitch. You know what I mean? Don't have your family come out here. Do 1v1 at WrestleMania. No family. No nothing. Me, you, middle of the ring, main event of WrestleMania Night 2. Roman Reigns agrees. Say, you know what? I don't want my family involved. Y'all got to go. Do not come out. Do not come out or there's going to be consequences. And we get that 1v1. Blood, their story, everything. And Obafemi wins. And Obafemi wins. And wins the world title. That's how I would do it. That's my creative idea. You guys let me know your guys' thoughts, your guys' opinion on this creative idea regarding Roman Reigns and possible opponents for Roman Reigns. But ultimately, the person who should beat Roman Reigns is Obafemi, the ruler, the king. You feel me? That's my thoughts, man. Y'all let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for continuing to, subscribe, share the podcast, guys. Share the podcast on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe. Turn on all notifications on YouTube, youtube.com/JT Takeover. And like I said, I'm on TikTok. So spread the word on TikTok, tiktok.com/JT Takeover, man. And I appreciate y'all supporting me. Thank y'all so much. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time right here on the Wrestling Takeover podcast. Y'all have a good one.